So knowing that Dallas County is a big dump of votes, we, in my opinion, will not know the election results overall tonight. Unfortunately, this is what Republicans like to do.
What? So you lost to a Democrat, but you're blaming the Republicans? I've never seen this in my life, y'all. See, this is where people are lacking self-accountability. Jasmine Crockett knows exactly the reasons why she lost. Not reason, but many reasons why she lost the vote. And you know what? She deserves it. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring you back, right? We're going to go back in the archive and we're going to bring you back to some of the things that led to her losing the votes. Now, these videos that you're going to see, it's just a little reminder just to show you who Jasmine Crockett is. Let's watch.
You just voted to do it.
Y'all did it first, so you don't want to talk about it.
Voted to do it.
Order.
I'm trying to get clarification.
Look at, calm down. Calm down.
No, because this is what y'all do. So I'm trying to get
Ms.
clarification.
Crockett, you're not recognized. Ms. Crockett.
I can't hear you with your yelling.
You don't want
calm
me to
down.
No,
Can you please calm down?
Don't tell me to calm down.
Calm down.
Because y'all talk noise,
down.
and then you
You're
can't
out of
take
control.
Because if I come and talk
outside
shit
to take a
about
break
her,
for 5
y'all
minutes?
gonna have a problem.
Mr. Chairman.
All right.
Chair,
I don't know why
okay.
you're
Order.
acting
Chair
like
now
that.
recognizes
Not cute.
Ms. Green for 4 minutes.
Y'all want more reminder? Well, this one, she's stepping on some toes with some corn on it.
So I had to go around the country and educate people about what immigrants do for this country, or the fact that we are a country of immigrants.
Right.
The fact is, ain't none of y'all trying to go and farm right now. Okay, so I'm lying. Raise your hands. You're not. We done picking cotton. We are. You can't pay us enough to find a plantation.
But we can pay all the illegal immigrants that's coming into the country, right? I'm telling you, the Democrats will always show you their hand. And anytime they show you who they are, believe them. Because ain't nothing like some transparency when it comes to the Democrats. Now, this next video I'm about to play, this person decided to call out Jasmine Crockett.
Let me be clear. Jasmine Crockett is a perfect example of what not to say when you claim to be so-called historically educated, especially when you're speaking in a courtroom-style setting like a congressional hearing. Words matter, history matter, and comparison matter. ICE is not slavery. Deportation is not the same as chattel bondage. Federal immigration enforcement is not comparable to slave patrols. And saying otherwise doesn't make you sound righteous. It makes you sound reckless. My ancestors were owned, they were sold, raped, and worked to death under the protection of law. They were denied literacy, family, bodily autonomy, and humanity. That is slavery. Black Americans still today face systematic barriers, racial profiling, economic exclusion, and state violence. Real issues that deserve real language, not dramatic analogies that blur history into slogans. When you compare ICE to slavery, you don't elevate the conversation. You cheapen the suffering of millions that never had a choice, never had papers, never had an immigration process, never had the option to leave. That kind of rhetoric isn't brave. It's historically lazy. What makes it worse is that this ignorance came from someone who was supposedly born and raised in St. Louis, Missouri, USA. But I did see on the internet that they said that part of her family allegedly is from Haiti. So that kind of makes sense. But if she is from St. Louis, Missouri, it's definitely a disappointment. A city, like many, with deep Black history. Cities shaped by segregation, redlining, civil rights struggle. You should know better. Being loud is not the same as being accurate. Being emotional is not the same as being educated. Involving slavery as a catch-all metaphor, every time the state does something that you oppose to, is disrespectful to Black American history. If you want to criticize ICE, do it with facts. You want to argue racism, prove it with evidence. If you want to talk about violence, Define it precisely, but don't stand on graves of enslaved Black Americans to score political points. Our history is specific and it's not a prop. Say less and learn more.
She is spot on, y'all. And what these people doing, and I'm talking about the Democratic Party, including Jasmine Crockett, is they use these little catchy phrases and so forth. And even the liberals, even the liberal people that I see out there protesting, they're always coming up with something to try to undermine, everything that happened in this country during the 60s, 50s, 40s, before, and slavery and so forth. And it's almost like a slap in Black people's face, especially when they're talking about Jim Crow and this and that. This is the new Jim Crow. There's no comparison with then and now. We're talking about people who were hung on trees. All right. We're not talking about people who came here illegally, jumped the fence, walked through some fence, and expected to be treated like the citizens of this country, and also residents who are here who went through the proper documentational process to get here, meaning they paid the fees and dues that they needed to pay to get to this country. But you know what? They don't care about those people. They only care about using these insulting, catchy phrases to push their agenda forward. Hey, Jasmine, instead of crying and blaming the Republicans for your loss, I'm going to show you a video real quick about what you said when they asked you about Elon Musk.
If you could speak directly to Elon Musk, what would you say?
Off.
That's it.
Bye-bye, Jasmine Crockett. She lost the Democrat Senate primary race, and she couldn't run for that and Congress at the same time, so she's going to be done there too. Interestingly enough, she's blaming Republicans and racism and cheating for why she lost.
Is that we're not going to have election results tonight, in my opinion, based upon what specifically is taking place in Dallas County. Unfortunately, this is what Republicans like to do. And so they specifically targeted Dallas County, and I think we all know why.
Is it the case that Republicans in Texas just really didn't want Jasmine Crockett to win because she was Black? Or is it that the voters just chose Tallarico? Because there's this interesting video that I saw of this white woman who was crying because she thought Tallarico could win, even though she liked Crockett.
Yes, we need a fighter. And I was so ready to vote for Jasmine Crockett because I love her. But I voted for Tallarico because we need somebody who can win.
Now, what's actually very fascinating to me is that people think that James Tallarico is electable when he says things like this.
Is both masculine and feminine and everything in between. God is non-binary.
So Democrats in Texas think that Mr. God is non-binary. And by the way, abortion's okay because Mary chose to give birth to Jesus is going to win in the state. I did want Crockett to win the primary, not because I thought she was a bigger threat. It's just because Tallarico is so slimy and disgusting. One of the most lioness, low-down, dirty politicians I've ever seen try to pervert the gospel, that I just don't want to have to see him for, till November. But, I guess we're going to have to keep talking about how God isn't non-binary.
And that's where I end this video. Hey, if you're here for the first time, feel free to hit the subscribe button and join our community here on YouTube 10 minutes late. And for all my new subscribers and my seasoned subscribers, thank you for being a part of this community. See you in the next video.